What was your first year revenue back in 2004?
Probably about $10,000.
Okay. And what is it going to be this year?
We're looking at around $1.5 million.
Welcome to SC Green TV. My name is Ryan Watkins, and I'm your host. Our goal is to provide you with inspiration and education to help you grow your green industry business. Today, we're at a job site in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. We're here with founder of Crescent Moon Landscaping, Steven Watford, to tell us about how he started his landscape business and how he's getting work done in a new way. Hey, Steven.
Good morning, sir.
Thanks for having us on this job site.
Yeah, we're excited to show you around. Come take a look.
So, Steven, what inspired you to start Crescent Moon Landscaping back in 2004, and how's it evolved over the last 20 years?
Well, growing up, I always enjoyed landscaping in its various elements, even just mowing grass, planting plants, using equipment's always been fun.
The big boy toys.
That's right. Right out of college, I started a landscaping business on the side. It was me, myself, and I in a truck and a trailer. And after a couple years of doing it on the side, I went full time. And then next thing you know, I've got a staff and more trucks, more trailers, and
right.
Now here we are. We went from mowing yards to building outdoor landscapes.
What was your first year revenue back in 2004?
Probably about $10,000.
Okay. And what is it going to be this year?
We're looking at around $1.5 million.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a good progression.
Yeah.
How do you find your clients?
Most of it's word of mouth. It's pretty organic. People come to us that have heard about us from another customer, or their relationships that we've built over the years with builders that have needs for landscaping after their project is done.
Is there a particular method besides referrals that you found has worked for you in terms of marketing, like Google AdWords? Are you doing any sort of like paid advertising or marketing?
I have never done any paid advertising. So
really? Okay.
No, it's all been word of mouth, and social media, I imagine, plays a big part in that, and having a presence there where we showcase our work.
What is your average project size in terms of dollars and scope?
Around 20 to 50,000 is kind of an average for us, somewhere in that range. Typically, an average project is going to include some sort of hardscaping, some plantings. You'll have irrigation, lighting as kind of extra add-ons.
Who is your ideal client?
High-end residential, so that we're in that range of $50,000 landscape. So you're going to be looking for people that want to install a nicer, kind of more upscale landscape versus, just a handful of plants in a front bed. Have
you found a particular minimum of scope or budget that you feel like that we just can't do that job, it's too small for us?
$12,000 to $15,000 are about as low as we can go based on the way we're set up now with having a staff and multiple people between the sale of the project and it actually being implemented. It just doesn't make sense to have anything smaller than that.
Give us a big mistake and a big success. Start with the mistake first.
Big mistake is probably about 10 years ago, we were working on a drainage project and my crew trenched through 3 major AT&T bundles for a neighborhood on James Island.
Uh-oh.
And so we knocked out an entire neighborhood in a matter of a couple seconds with a ground saw trencher. We learned very quickly the importance of making sure that everybody on your staff is aware and understands how utilities are located and what those markings mean. The crew had located the utility. Turns out there was a very shallow buried utility that had been marked, and they located it and felt comfortable and pulled the big trencher out. And the next thing you know, there was a utility below that had been marked, but it wasn't 100% clear that there were 2 utilities there. And next thing you know, we've got a whole neighborhood without phone and internet.
So you called 811, they marked it, but even within the marking, it got a little fuzzy as to what was what, and they thought they kind of found what was marked, but there was actually more deeper below.
That's correct. And fortunately, AT&T came out and made the repair very quickly.
What did that cost you?
It cost about $15,000.
Was that a profitable job, or?
It took us a little while to get back in the black after that. I was at the Fall Field Day in Columbia, and there was a table there for 811, and there was a gentleman named Bernie Clegg sitting there, and I started commiserating with him about the damage that we had caused, and he informed me that they offer on-site training for staff, and so they came to our office and provided a whole training seminar for everybody on my staff, so that there was no stone unturned as far as who knew what as it relates to 811 markings. And so we turned a really bad situation with hitting all these AT&T cables into a positive. Our staff in SC Green was a part of that.
Tell us a success.
I would say our biggest success to date is eliminating maintenance altogether from our product offerings to focusing on installations and being just more refined and specific in the type of work that we do. 2.5 years ago, we were doing right around $1 million total. Probably half of that was maintenance. So we were probably doing about 500,000 of installations, and was really just running one crew, on a daily basis. To now, this year we're looking at doing $1.5 million, and that's all installations. And we run multiple crews every single day.
This episode is brought to you by Moore Farms Botanical Garden, where Southern tradition meets cutting-edge horticulture. Discover our tours, classes, and camps at moorefarmsbg.org. So Steven, if you had the ability to go back in time and tell yourself back in 2004, almost over 20 years ago, what advice would you give yourself?
Be patient and do one thing well. Don't try to do everything.
Tell me more about that.
2.5 years ago, we gave up maintenance. We quit with all of our maintenance crews, and we began to focus solely on the installations, in particular outdoor living spaces. And it's been a tremendous boom for us because we're not so distracted by trying to do too much.
So did you find a better margin and profitability moving away from maintenance into just focusing on the design build side?
Absolutely. The profitability is much more significant with the installations, as well as it was easier to manage. It had gotten to the point where there was just too many people, and I found that, running a small business, that I could only be in so many places at one time.
What's the margin difference between maintenance and installation?
Probably close to 20%.
Oh, wow.
We found with maintenance that we were, on a good day around 15%, but most of the time we averaged around 10% profit with that.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave?
I hope that when it's all said and done, that people know that I stood by my word. If I said that we were going to do something with a project, that was what we did. And even if stuff happens along the way during the course of the project, that we ultimately made it right.
Steven, what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out their own landscape business?
Finding the right industry partners, in particular vendors. You'd be surprised how helpful vendors can be and want to be when it comes to the materials that you're using.
Yeah, they're selling us stuff, but they're wanting us to be professional. They're wanting us to do it the right way. And the more successful we are and that they make us, the more successful they are.
Absolutely.
And it really is a win-win relationship.
The better we become at it, the more of their stuff we're going to buy.
That's right. Steven, let's get into the people side of the business. How many team members do you have?
So currently I have 5. 2 years ago, I had close to 20 full-time staff, but we made a transition away from offering maintenance and went solely to doing installations. And as part of that process, some people were not interested in staying on to do installations, and so we lost some of our staff just kind of organically with making that transition. And during that time, we also had to bring on subcontractors to help fill in the gaps while we made that transition, because a lot of that staff was our maintenance staff. And so actually now we don't have any field staff. We use predominantly subcontractors for all of our labor in the field.
That's a big shift. What have you found has been the advantage of going from an in-house installation team to mostly subcontracted installation?
There's a lot less overhead issues that we deal with. You're not having to deal with as many HR challenges with the subcontractors. They provide their own tools. They're also very hungry to work, and so we find that we have a much more stable staff for getting projects completed in a timely fashion.
What's the margin difference when you were kind of in-house employees versus subcontractors for installation?
To be honest, I find that they're about the same. you have mistakes and stuff that happen in-house, you have to pay the staff to go back out and fix those. Whereas with subcontractors, a lot of those mistakes are minimized because there's an incentive for them to get it done right the first time. And so we find that we've been able to manage the mistakes out, and our profit has stayed about the same.
What advice do you have for other green industry businesses on working with subcontractors for, some of the work that they have to do?
The most important thing is, seeing the work that they've done already and making sure that their values, in particular with the work that they complete, that it matches with what you're trying to accomplish on your projects. Secondly, and probably even tantamount to the quality of work that they do, is just what sort of integrity do they have? When they say they're going to show up somewhere, do they show up? Those are the two main things that we're looking at when we're hiring subcontractors and figuring out who's a good fit for the work that we want to have them do.
Steven, thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your wealth of insight and knowledge and starting a landscape business and the great success that you've had over the last 20 years. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Wakeboard and stuff out there.
840. All right. Okay. And good.
Wow, that's a lot, Steven. Thanks.
Oh, we're going for the high five.
That was even better.
Nailed that.
Can you do a shorter one?
Yeah. I can do as short as you want. Steven, thanks. Do you like that?
It's killing me. It's killing me.
That has to be the end.
Appreciate you.
Steven Watford, everybody.
We did it.
Give it up for Steven.
We did it.
Good job, brother.